The film's director is Tim Disney, and the screenplay is also written by him. The movie was released in the United States on April 12, 2019. The plot of the film revolves around the biologists, Dr. Julian Reid and Dr. Barbara Sullivan, who use ancient Neanderthal DNA to clone a Neanderthal named William. The story portrays the challenges William faces when he turns 18. The 2019 film William belongs to the science fiction and drama genres. The film begins with Dr. Julian Reid and Dr. Barbara Sullivan debating the idea of cloning William using ancient Neanderthal DNA. While Dr. Julian believes this experiment carries significant scientific risks, Dr. Barbara sees it as essential to gaining a new perspective on human history. After prolonged discussions, the experiment begins and William is born. William opens his eyes in a laboratory environment. While his physical development is not faster than that of a normal human baby, his unique physiology excites the scientists. During this time, it becomes apparent that Barbara starts to view William as her son, straying from scientific objectivity. As William continues to grow, his physical and mental differences become more pronounced. The effects of Neanderthal DNA are evident in both his behavior and appearance. While Julian views William as a scientific project, Barbara believes he should enjoy life as an individual. These differing approaches create tension between them. William begins interacting with his peers. However, people at school and in his social environment ostracize him because of his unusual appearance and behavior. Teachers and friends who try to understand William face challenges. Barbara and Julian propose different methods to help William socialize and integrate. Barbara argues for granting him more freedom, while Julian believes a more disciplined approach is necessary. William becomes a victim of bullying at school. These incidents lead him to question his own differences and become more isolated. Barbara feels she must support William in these moments, while Julian sees these challenges as opportunities for character development. William embarks on an internal search for identity. As he struggles to balance his human and Neanderthal sides, he confronts obstacles in both family and social life. William begins to realize he is not alone in his identity search. Barbara continues to support him, but Julian's distant attitude increasingly bothers William. During this time, William starts to accept his differences and attempts to communicate them to others. William gives a presentation in class to express himself, receiving mixed reactions from students. Some show empathy, while others continue to ridicule him. Barbara expresses her love for her son more openly, whereas Julian remains emotionally distant. William befriends a student named Judy. She tries to understand his differences and approaches him without judgment. This slightly boosts William's confidence, though he remains ostracized by other groups. Health issues start to arise for William. The incompatibilities between Neanderthal DNA and modern medicine force Barbara and Julian to search for solutions. While Julian focuses on scientific remedies, Barbara takes a more compassionate approach. William confronts a bully who has been harming him. This incident reveals the physical strength inherited from his Neanderthal ancestors, but also highlights the social problems that arise when this strength is uncontrolled. William learns the consequences of using force. Following the incident, he faces problems both at home and in his social environment. Judy provides emotional support, standing by him. Barbara advocates for granting William more freedom, while Julian worries about losing control of the situation. William begins to isolate himself from the outside world. During this time, he seeks more information about his past and delves deeper into his Neanderthal ancestry. This research starts to change his perspective on himself. During a museum visit, William experiences a moment of connection with his ancestors. This experience gives him both strength and a sense of belonging. However, the effort to have his differences accepted in the modern world becomes increasingly complex. Barbara and Julian make different plans for William's future. Barbara prioritizes his integration into society as an independent individual, while Julian suggests a more scientific and controlled approach. This disagreement heightens the tension between them. William develops his own methods to adapt to modern society. With Judy's help, he builds a new social circle, though some people continue to exclude him. This exclusion affects his emotional development. William's health deteriorates further. the genetic incompatibilities between Neanderthal DNA and modern human genetics cause more severe health problems. Barbara considers a radical medical intervention to save him, while Julian argues that it is unethical and unreliable. William strengthens his bonds with his family and tries to understand them. This process becomes an emotional turning point for both Barbara and Julian. William accepts his identity and inspires those around him. As the film nears its end, William embraces his differences and reconciles with his ancestral legacy. Despite his health problems, he discovers the meaning of his life with the support of his family and Judy, finding a place in the modern world. In the final scene, an overview of William's journey is presented. The film ends with a message that questions the balance between science and humanity. William becomes the hero of his own story, leaving the audience with profound thoughts.